Did you notice that while most altcoins are going down double digits, two altcoins, BNB and ONDO, are holding very strong? In fact, I've heard rumors that BNB might soon cross $1,000 and ONDO might soon get listed on Binance. Let's see how undervalued BNB is right now and what's going on with ONDO. This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when we drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, AltcoinBuzzIO, and as always, not financial advice, and wish you the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Alright guys, happy Tuesday. So Bitcoin is starting off the day with a little bit of a pump today. We're at $98,000. We had just a slow past couple days. You can see we've pretty much found the fair value of Bitcoin. As you can see, we have all these daily candles, 1, 2, 3, 4 daily candles, all closing. They tried to go up and try to go down, all closing around the $96,500 range. So this is pretty much as close to fair value as you can get. And right now, it looks like we are starting to have a little bit of a pump before New York Open. Hopefully, this continues through New York Open. This is next level of resistance here around $99,000. Hopefully, we can bust through this, but I think we can. I think we're gonna have a bullish week. I do think the sellers are getting exhausted. I think we're having a bit of seller exhaustion, and there's a lot of good narratives coming up. First off, we have Bitcoin is now only at the price it should have been in 2022, according to Anthony Scaramucci, who said this.
I think that Bitcoin now is representing where prices should have been in 2022. And said differently, if you look at the November Bitcoin futures approval, just studying administrative law, the spot ETF should have been approved sometime in the first quarter of 2022. So all of that delay caused a lot of that price damage. And so I see it here as the community seeing itself getting propitious, decent, middle-of-the-road regulation. And if you look at the people that the Trump administration has put into those positions, I think you end up getting that. And so 97,000, 98,000 is sort of where I thought we would be 3 years ago. So the real question is, will the institutions enter the game? And I think you see some of the endowments starting to do that. We know some of the sovereign wealth funds in the Middle East are quietly doing that. And so I think it's going to be a very good year for Bitcoin.
And then the Wolf of All Street says, how can you possibly be bearish on crypto right now? The momentum is undeniable. The United States now has a crypto czar overseeing policy. The SEC formed a pro-crypto working group led by Hester Pierce, aka Crypto Mom. The Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Bill aimed to establish clear regulations. Senator Loomis, a Bitcoin advocate, is leading the key financial committees. Senator Haggerty just proclaimed stablecoin legislation, bringing more clarity. SAB 121 was overturned, removing a major roadblock for banks to hold crypto. Trump is launching tokens and openly supporting crypto. Spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs are now live with massive institutional inflows. More ETFs are coming, expect Solana and beyond. Tokenization of real-world assets, or RWAs, is booming, with BlackRock leading the charge. Major banks and hedge funds are integrating crypto at an unprecedented pace, and stablecoins are reshaping global finance with trillions in transaction volume. Legislation is coming, regulation is shifting, and institutional adoption is accelerating. Then we also have Dave Craig, who says, one thing crypto Twitter hasn't been talking about is how BNB actually outperformed both Bitcoin and Ethereum in the past year. So BNB is up 231%, Bitcoin is up 139%, and ETH is up 68%. So if BNB is been the one that's creeping up. It's like behind everyone, but it's in the top 5, but like no one really saw it coming. And I do think, we probably get an extended period for BNB coming back here. BNB, if you guys don't remember from last cycle, was pretty much the Solana of this cycle. BNB had all of these, it was the cheap chain. It was a chain where all the IDOs and ICOs and a lot of things launched, and a lot of launch pads launched on BNB last chain. And there are a lot of coins that were launching on there because it was the cheap chain of last cycle. So BNB might have a bit of a comeback right now. We have a major resistance here at around $663 to around $686. If we do reject from here, I expect us to reject somewhere up here, but we are coming in strong right now. Likewise, I would like to see us reclaim this level by breaking through it and then reclaiming this level. And then after 687-ish, we are off to the races towards $1,000. We also have CZ, the ex-CEO of Binance, saying a BNB chain was caged for too long. It's time to unleash it. So BNB took off recently this past weekend because there was a meme coin called TST, which was Test on the Binance chain, which CZ openly was sharing on his Twitter account, and it went from like a $10 million market cap to a $400 million market cap. Once he talked about it, everyone picked it up, and then it got listed on Binance Spot in like a couple days. So it went from $10 to $400 million, and this coin, which was TST, it shot up like crazy, and then they listed it on Perps, and you can see it was only downhill after it got listed on Perps. But it is, reclaiming this level around 21 cents right now. It's probably still pretty overbought right now because it went up like an insane amount and made a bunch of millionaires this past weekend. That's TST coin. But I think we're going to see more coins and more rotations in BNB in the coming week. So that's why BNB was pumping like crazy. People need to buy BNB to buy these new meme coins that, CZ is promoting. Then we also have Barrett, who says, today Messari dropped the BNB chain at Q4 2024 report. And here are some key takeaways. By the end of Q4, BNB's market cap hit 101.09 billion, up 114% from the start of the year. BNB chain's DeFi ecosystem grew by 53% over the year, with a 10% rise in Q4. The quarterly average trading volume on BNB chain's DEX shot up by 122% in Q4. The stablecoin market on BNB chain kept growing steadily. It's now the third largest stablecoin ecosystem after Ethereum and Tron. And then Bull BNB says, did you know BNB's outperforming ETH this cycle so far, almost at all-time highs? Binance has listed 14 coins from BNB chain since October. BNB chain has the lowest KPIs for listings on Binance due to low mindshare of BNB. No one is paying attention to this. AI and meme devs will soon flow over to BNB chain when they realize it's the easiest place to get Binance perps plus spot listing. BNB TVL is rising rapidly. People forget that 2021 BNB chain was king. That's what I was saying. Normies have a lot of BNB muscle memory due. BNB chain is super unsaturated, making it PvE. BNB and Sol have the same market cap, but BNB has no meme above $500 million market cap yet, and BNB chain and BNB have a lot of upside if the word starts getting traction on CT about this. And then Crypto Mark says the pump fund of BNB, which is revolutionizing user experience on BNB chain, is being highlighted by the world, powered by Andy and TST success. So basically, the BNB version of Pump Fund launched this past weekend as well on the BNB chain, which listed TST and Andy. And so that's why obviously a lot of these coins are taking off as well. And BNB, I do think, will get to $1,000 if this keeps up. And Niels also says BNB is one of the most underrated tokens in crypto. Even though it's ranked among the top 5 coins, very few people talk about it. BNB acts as fuel for the BNB chain, and it's also the native token of the world's biggest exchange, Binance. Similar to Bitcoin, BNB has made new all-time highs this cycle and is now showing incredible strength. I think the capitulation wick to $500 was the bottom, and now it's resumed its uptrend. I'm confident that BNB will hit $850 to $900 by April 2025. And then we have ONDO Finance, which has launched a tokenization platform for open on-chain access to U.S. securities. So ONDO has just listed this, and actually they said here, today we're unveiling the first look at the next evolution for ONDO Global Markets, ONDO GM, our RWA tokenization platform designed to enable anyone on-chain access to stocks, bonds, and ETFs. What stablecoins did for dollars, ONDO Global Markets will do for securities. So this is like massive. Stocks coming on chain from an actual regulated entity is insane. And so they say the current investment ecosystem is broken. High fees, limited access, transfer frictions, platform fragmentation, and hidden risks create barriers for all participants. That's why today we're excited to share the next evolution of our ONDO Global Markets platform with a tokenization framework that combines stablecoin molded transferability with the liquidity we have always envisioned. What stablecoins did for dollars, ONDO GM will do for securities. Then Rendoshi also says some thoughts on ONDO Global Markets. People have spoken about the idea of money Lego since 2020 DeFi summer. The end goal for many was to see the TradFi world cross over with the on-chain world, take tokenized stocks, and use them in DeFi protocols like lending. Today, moving money between crypto wallets and stockbrokers is a multi-step long and expensive process. Just the other day after the DeepSeek news crash, I wanted to buy some stocks. I had to still stable coins to euros on a centralized exchange, withdraw to my bank, send the bank to Wise, deposit from Wise to an international broker. Each step had fees applied and took time to process. By the time the money arrived, I missed most of the dip. In Europe, we can't buy US ETFs, such as the SPY, the S&P 500 ETF, as US ETFs can't be sold by EU stockbrokers. Similarly, before USDY, it was not really possible to earn US Treasury yields as someone living in the EU. These products are extremely bullish for the US markets as they expand global access. ONDO Global Markets will enable quick movement of capital between crypto, stables, and stocks, as well as self-custody of tokenized assets, composability with DeFi, and 24/7 access. All the benefits of crypto apply to the world of TradFi, aka RWAs. A few protocols such as Mirror Protocol have attempted to tokenize RWA DeFi in the past, but no one was able to successfully solve the liquidity problem. OGM seems to have solved this by partnering with some of the world's largest financial institutions, such as BlackRock. Tokenized stocks will be backed one-to-one with the underlying asset, similar to how most stablecoins work today. Initially, OGM won't be available in the US, but it's likely that US regulation in this area is changing fast. Within a couple of years, the TVL of ONDO could eclipse the entire current market cap of crypto. The launch of OGM could mark the start of an entirely new era in crypto. So I'm also very excited to see what happens with ONDO, and ONDO is actually looking pretty good. We've been holding up this level of support. Now, I will say this is, even though it is a good chart, it's very messy. It's very annoying and hard to trade. You can see all these wicks. This is a daily chart. So Look at all these wicks. Every time it goes up, it gets, bought and sold into. So this is definitely a better coin to buy and hold on spot because of just how like choppy it is. But I do think we are going towards $2 very soon with all this great news coming out for ONDO. We've been holding above the support at $1.30, and I do think we continue much higher in the coming weeks, especially if the market recovers. The market has, took a dump for many altcoins, but ONDO actually, it sold off on that big day, but then it came back and held above this level of support. So that's very bullish for ONDO. So I do think it goes towards $2 very soon. Sensay is one of the most promising AI agent projects in crypto. Instead of general agents or you having to figure out what they do, Sensay's message about what they're doing is clear. It's digital replicas, a replica of you, the professional you. We think this is genius, and right now, we're going to show you why. Sensay has its demo day on Tuesday, which is today. There you can test its digital replicas and see how they work. So let's dig into what replicas are. Sensay's digital replicas are all about replicating your knowledge. Just think about the implications of that. You can share your specialized knowledge with your employees and colleagues, even if you're on vacation, even if it's 2 a.m., even if you don't like them, and even if you don't want to talk to them. They can go get it themselves. Imagine what this means for knowledge sharing across organizations like new employee onboarding, employee training, new client onboarding, customer service, and more. There are so many use cases for this where your knowledge is necessary, but you aren't. One example we mentioned before is head of sales needing to train or upskill his sales team. With a replica, the inexperienced people get the info they need while you can still manage or do other things. The Sensay Wisdom Engine is the key. This is where the autonomous part of autonomous AI agents is learning from your interactions and experiences so that it can answer how you would without being a basic yes or no chatbot. The engine even translates all your knowledge to a new language if you've expanded to a new country. The Sensay API launches on Tuesday on demo day as well. With it, you get a simple, sleek integration that allows you to access your replica and its information. This way, you can use that info for whatever you want and wherever you want. And all of this is powered by their native Sensay token. Come check out Sensay's digital replicas, Sensay API, and more at Tuesday's demo day. It takes place online starting at 2 p.m. UTC, so come check it out and see the power and flexibility of Sensay's digital replicas, linked down below. And then we also have Sui, which has processed more transactions this year than Arbitrum, Ethereum, and Optimism combined so far. So Sui is just, churning out transactions, and it's doing a lot better than a lot of these other layer 2s. And Token Terminal says in the past 6 months, Sui is up 322% versus Ethereum's 5%. And at the same time, Cost of Crypto says Sui's ZK login protocol enables sending assets to email addresses even if the recipient has never heard of Sui. They can simply log in with Google to claim them. This will transform onboarding and real user airdropping. I hope modern wallets will soon support this, a hidden ZK. So it's super bullish for Sui and how they can do that. Sui is actually looking, it's looking decent. It's at support here. I will say if we do have a big push today and we break through this level of support, this is the the area I want to see it retest. So if we break through this level around $3.62. If we break above this and retest it, it will look good to go back towards new highs, kind of similar to everything else. Everything is kind of at resistance right now. So Bitcoin, you can see right here, we're at resistance coming up to $99,000. So pretty much everything is at this level of resistance after this major sell-off. So we're kind of just waiting to see what happens. But Sui, pretty much like the rest of them, it is one of the ones that comes back the fastest after sell-offs. So, after we do dip and after the major correction, we do see Sui tend to, outperform Bitcoin after sell-offs. So I do expect if Bitcoin continues higher and breaks through the next level of resistance into support, I think Sui will break through much faster and continue much higher. And then lastly, we have Singularity Finance prepares to go live with its new SFI token. So after much building, merging, testnetting, and hyping, SFI is finally here, the one token to rule them all. DeFi, AiFi, RWAs, plus whatever you can get to combine all those verticals into one. They may not have invented an abbreviation for it yet, but they've certainly created one for the token that will power all this on-chain economy activity. SFI is the ticker, and while it's technically a token migration, it's fair to say this is going down as one of the most anticipated token launches of 2025. Formed out of a merger between Singularity DAO and Cognito Finance to combine each entity's inherent strengths and to build the AI sector's financial backbone, the union also necessitated combining their respective tokens, and on February 6th, the SFI token was born. The asset will perform a variety of roles, serving as the general purpose gas and utility token for the new Singularity Finance Layer 2. But beyond its core use cases, it's likely to be treated by the public as an embodying of the entire DeFi AI sector. If you're bullish on DeFi AI, in other words, you should be bullish on SFI. SFI is your front row ticket for the roller coaster ride that is AI. Rather than tying yourself to the fortunes of any one project or company like OpenAI, it's a bet on the growth of the entire industry. Like all roller coasters, there'll still be plenty of ups and downs along the way, but it promises to be a hell of a ride that grants holders direct exposure to the most transformative event our tiny minds will ever experience. Oh, and you can also use it to pay transaction fees on Singularity Finance's Layer 2. So that is Singularity Finance and their new SFI token. Now, Bitcoin, we are coming up to resistance at $99,000. If we can break through here, I think we are off to the races and back towards at least this high, around $106,000 soon. But likewise, if we, come up to this resistance and then we actually resist, we are probably heading back down here for a little while, but hopefully not. I think we are going to see a little bit of bullish momentum because we are oversold over the past couple weeks. So hopefully we break through this level at New York Open. But that's it for the video today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.